basically this is just gonna be me talking and trying to figure stuff out. So join if you like. Pretty much my question is, why is it so scandalous to talk about suicide? Why does it kind of have to be this hush-hush, huge, I don't know, secret? I'm pretty sure that every person once in their life has asked themselves that question of, why am I still living? Why am I alive? Why shouldn't I give up right now? Why can't I just kill myself and have it over with? I'm thinking that every person has either gone through some of that mindset or will at least once in their life. And actually, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of to have that question or to have that thought or to spend time thinking about it. And I don't think it's something that is unusual or rare, and I think it is actually a very extremely important part of our lives. This past month for me has been that time in my life. This past month has been basically me saying, why can't I just skip out on this earth part? Because I believe in Jesus completely. And so everything that you're about to hear is going to be coming from that kind of viewpoint. So you can take it or leave it with just knowing that what I'm saying is coming from a lifestyle of believing that because of Jesus, after I die, I will be in heaven with God. So that is my stance on death, which basically means that for a person who claims Jesus as Lord, that there is no death. There isn't really death. Pretty much death is simply a gateway to complete fulfillment in heaven. Our destiny, where we will be fully alive. And so for me, I'm like, why do I have to do this part on earth? It's been sucky and painful, and I just don't want it anymore. Why can't I just skip out on this and be the most fulfilled I could ever possibly be afterwards? See, this isn't about your life, really. It's not a fight for your life, it's a fight for your spirit. It's a fight for your spirit, which is far more valuable than just your body. I'm beginning to see that that is what life is about. It is a fight for your spirit, not simply to be a breathing machine. Until very recently, I used to think that dying for Christ would be the highest honor. I could think of nothing less I would rather do than be killed because I'm loving and serving Jesus. I thought that would be the highest honor. But actually, that is not true. The highest honor we could possibly have is to live for Jesus, to live with Jesus. What an honor. And when I think about it that way, it makes me realize that there's so much more than like what we can see, and that there's a whole other world going on within us, around us, the spiritual world. We are spiritual beings, okay? It's not some weird mystic whatever. I'm not saying this because I have dreadlocks. The truth of it is, we are spiritual beings. You know this. You feel it. You feel things inside that would make no sense. Something life-altering can happen while all inside of you, while on the outside it looks like you're just sitting there. Things happen outside of the physical. When I get to thinking about the implications of we are meant to live with Jesus, and I'm realizing this time on earth is like crazy. I don't think we understand, I don't know if I'll ever understand the position we are in here. Like this, just like that will be, our time on earth will just be done. This is a time that no one else gets to have. Like, angels don't get to have this kind of experience with God. The fact that we get to experience something that angels in heaven who are with God right there don't even get to experience, we get to partner with Him, okay? He wants to seek out our hearts, and He wants us to seek out His heart. I don't understand it all. He knew all of this ahead of time, okay? Before time even was. He decided to take the hugest risk by even creating us. He thought that risk was worth it for the chance of having fellowship with us and us with Him. A risk so great that He would even have to sacrifice His Son. And we can't take that lightly. Right now, I'm struggling to want to fight and to try, but I know I will get over this. I'm not sad or sorry that I've been experiencing this deep depression and wanting to just not be here. Because if I didn't go through this, then I would never know why I'm alive. I believe it is vitally important for each person to get to this point. Because if they don't, how will they ever know? How will we ever know why we're here if we don't ask ourselves, why can't we just go? And it sucks, I know. Each person's story is different. And it doesn't necessarily matter. The point isn't what exactly is my problem, but the whole concept of the question. The meaning of life. Why don't we all just kill ourselves? Some people do. Because they don't have an answer. Sometimes there are no answers. It is scary to believe that life is good. Because if that is true, then that means that life is beautiful, that humanity is beautiful, that we are far more important than we actually think. And there's a lot more going on here than we know. That we are powerful, that we are important. And it can be scary to think that and to believe that. Because when you believe that, it requires a whole lot more out of you. It requires courage and strength. But believe me, if you try to fight on your own strength, it's not gonna work. That is what I've been doing for this past month. I shut God out because I was ashamed. I knew God wasn't leaving me. I knew He had nothing to do with this crappy stuff that was happening in my life. I wasn't blaming him for anything. I thought I couldn't come to him because, oh my gosh, I'm a Christian. I can't be having these thoughts. I must be such a disappointment. What a failure I must be to have reached so low when I'm supposed to know the truth. What a shame you are, Tori. But that's not true. And it's crazy because I know I am believing so many lies. And I get so frustrated because I go through this all the time. There's always a new lie that I end up believing. And if I'm just using my own strength and my own wisdom to deflect that and to deal with it, it's going to come back in another form. But if I fight back with the truth that I know from the Bible, from talking with God, from what He's told me and dreamed with me, what we've shared together, that is the truth I can stand on. And that is the strength I can pull from to get me through this. I'm not pretending to know answers, to say one thing is the same for every person. But maybe it can possibly help you to know you're not alone. And other people have been there. Pretty much every person. Reach out to people and to God, even if you don't believe in Him or hate Him. That's okay. Reach out to Him. Because if you hear any condemnation, if you hear any words of like hate and lies that say you are worthless and stupid, and then no one wants you, and that you're a failure or a disappointment, take courage knowing that that is not from God. God does not condemn, okay? He receives. That's who He is. I want to live with Him. I want to use this time on earth to get to know Him in a way that is only possible here. What an honor. What an honor it is to be alive. It's hard to remember that sometimes. So remember, this life is a fight for your spirit. Even if you don't go and kill yourself, if you're just waiting around to die, if you're hoping some stray bullet or something is gonna find you somehow, is there a difference between that and suicide? Literally dying, for me, would be the best thing. To be actually with God. So to die is gain. But to live is Christ. So I want to live honorably. And when I die, it'll be awesome. That sounds really weird. But remember, I won't be dead. I'll be more alive than I ever have been. There is no such thing as death. Jesus conquered that. It doesn't exist.